Okay then, back again in fairly quick succession, I like to think. Repeat viewers may have noticed that I've slightly changed the camera angles. You haven't got the big light bulb in the background. It's just something I thought I'd throw in there for you. Right, first thing, this wasn't the video I was originally going to do. This wasn't even the second video I was going to do, but it's the one I've first got around to doing. I was going to do a video about the JBL Shawn Michaels storyline, which I don't particularly like, but Lance Storm basically did that for me in one of his recent blogs. So for anyone who has never been to Lance Storm's website, I will put a link up in the description, don't know which way. And yeah, I highly suggest you go back and read his old blogs or read his Q&As. If you've got a question for him, it is worth sending one in. He is pretty good like that. But if you go to his Contact Lance thing and send him in a question, the chances are he will answer it. And yeah, it's a really good website. He does a lot of really good commentaries. Takes no prisoners. Certainly doesn't think, oh, well, I used to work for them, I shouldn't bash them, or I've never worked for them, so I don't really know how things are there, I shouldn't say anything. But he doesn't care. He's ripped TNA, he's ripped WWE. He's pretty complimentary about Ring of Honor from the appearances he's had there. Anyway, so yeah, go there, and if you just like hearing people talk about wrestling who've been in the business like I do, you'll enjoy it. This video that I am going to do, though, is, as I said, the third one I thought to do. It's about Jeff Hardy being the new WWE champion. I think it's a good thing. I imagine they've probably got a backup plan as far as Jeff and the whole drug policy thing goes. I imagine that he'll probably end up with a fairly short run, and I doubt they'll drug test him for the entire thing, and then they'll end up testing like 4 times the first week after he drops the belt, or whatever. But yeah, this video is, I've just seen SmackDown. I haven't seen all of SmackDown. I saw the start of it here on YouTube before I went to work. Got home, quite surprised to find my house was empty, which meant I was able to get to the TV downstairs and catch the end of SmackDown with the Jeff Hardy Kozlov match. So yeah, that was okay. Nothing special. Kozlov goes up and down whether or not I think he's actually any good in the ring, and wasn't such a great match with Jeff. But anyway, my main concern / thoughts are whether or not we're going to see Jeff Hardy get a CM Punk / Rey Mysterio style world title run. I really hope we don't, because Rey Mysterio, I mean, at like 180, 175, 160 pounds, was never likely to get a world title run in WWE, let alone 2. So I think we've seen him having his one and only run, but you know, for what Rey Mysterio does, he doesn't really need to be champion. He's always going to entertain crowds and be good. The difference between him and Jeff is, because you could argue, Jeff Hardy is always going to entertain crowds whether he's champion or not, but the thing is, Jeff Hardy is so over and sells so much merchandise, just giving him the belt to make it official that he's been the most over guy in the company for the best part of a year now, and you know, he's got to be champion. CM Punk, like, you know, with Punk, what happened there? They gave him the belt and he didn't come out of it any better. Arguably he came out of it worse. And then he's back in the mid-card. When he dropped the title, it was like, alright, what now with Punk? Before he won the belt, it was, when's he going to win the championship with the Money in the Bank? Since, it's like, well, what are they going to do with Punk? He's in the Intercontinental title run, which, despite BS Power's ridiculous video about the Intercontinental title, you know, and like, why would CM Punk and Rey Mysterio care about the Intercontinental title? If it had been Goldust, which he fucking spoke about, if it had been Goldust versus Charlie Haas versus Santino Marella for the fucking Intercontinental title, he'd been the first one to come out and say, what happened to the days when it was Bret Hart and Kurt Hennig and Rob Van Dam and Christian and Triple H and The Rock and Stone Cold going after the WWE title? Yeah, so don't give me that bullshit, buddy. We all know that you'd bash WWE either way. Anyway, that's off track. So like I said, you know, it's like Mysterio and Punk were pushed as underdog champions, as weak champions, fighting from the bottom up and always trying to keep other people away. And you know, how many times Michael Cole called CM Punk the Survivor when he was champion, which I thought was bullshit. So that is one thing Jeff Hardy's got on his case, is he hasn't got Michael Cole as the main commentator when he's got the belt. We won't have Michael Cole making him look like an arse all the time. We might have JR putting him over. But yeah, I think it is vital, after waiting all this time, to finally put the belt on Jeff Hardy. They cannot push him as a weak champion. It would, I mean, this week on SmackDown he came out and he kind of, I mean, he's okay on the mic, Jeff Hardy, he's not great, but he cut a, a weird kind of promo where he said, I am, this is for all the rejects out there and everyone who's ever screwed up. I can understand the whole screw up thing, because obviously Jeff Hardy is a grade A example of how to shoot yourself in the foot. He's done it countless times. But the whole reject thing I didn't like so much, because it kind of like as if, I'm an unlikely champion, and then, oh fuck, here we go again. Now Jeff Hardy's going to be fighting from the bottom up. And when Triple H did the promo, was it 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago on SmackDown, where he said, I didn't attack you at Survivor Series because you don't warrant an attack. That was good, because it it built up to the world title match that they were both in at Armageddon. But you can't have anyone say anything like that, until not like Edge saying it isn't quite so bad, because Edge is ridiculously heel and will say anything. But if we have Triple H coming out and saying that sort of thing, if they get Taz to say it at ringside, that's going to be crap. So they cannot push him as a weak champion, because if they do, we will lose Jeff Hardy. He's 31 years old. It's taken them this long to finally pull the trigger on him. If they take the belt off Jeff Hardy and he comes out of it in a lesser position than he was when he went in, they might well think, fuck it, Jeff Hardy's better on the chase, Jeff Hardy is better as a contender, selling shitloads of merch, like being over, him being the champion didn't really do anything, so why bother, So that is my main concern, is that we may well lose Jeff Hardy as a genuine top contender by pushing him as a weak champion. And this was the thing at the end of SmackDown, you had this decent match with Kozlov, Edge comes out to ruin everything, typical heel, and it's TV, most TV shows don't have clean endings to the main events. So Edge comes out, I had no major worry with that, but then I didn't catch what happened with Matt Hardy. Why didn't Matt Hardy save him? Did Matt Hardy get destroyed by a concerto or something? I didn't see that, so I don't know why Matt Hardy didn't save him. Excuse me. Because they've been doing this thing now where Matt and Jeff Hardy are really, really strong together now that they're both champions or whatever, so you'd have thought that that Matt would have saved him, unless again Matt got attacked. I didn't see that. Maybe he did at the end of his match with Edge. Anyway, we get Triple H coming out, and that's okay. Triple H coming out doing the running. Well, actually, no, it's not. I take that back, because the first thing I thought when I saw it was, why Triple H? Yeah, when they cut to him at the back and he was walking there, the dude did look pissed off and he did look hard as 10. But why Triple H? Why would Triple H want to save Jeff Hardy? Jeff Hardy, they were both in that match for the WWE title, and Triple H's whole character is that the WWE title means more to him than anything else in the world. Him and Jeff Hardy were in that match, and Triple H came out to save him even though Jeff Hardy won the belt at Armageddon, so I didn't really get why it was Triple H again. But him coming out is okay as far as not making Jeff Hardy look a weak champion goes, but having him then save him and chase Kozlov off was not great. I did like how they had Jeff Hardy get up and do a swanton bomb at the end. That did show that there is hope that Jeff Hardy may not be a weak champion. So that is my one hope upon hopes, is that Jeff Hardy will not be a weak champion. I don't see the point in Jeff Hardy going to WrestleMania and losing the belt at WrestleMania, because if he loses it at WrestleMania, whoever he loses it to is going to be very much put over by him, and who is there on SmackDown that you would put over by having Jeff Hardy drop the belt to them? Kennedy probably won't be hot enough when he gets back from injury. I mean, I personally, as a Brian Kendrick mark, would say him, but I don't see them pushing Brian Kendrick by WrestleMania to the point where he could take the belt off Jeff Hardy. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it now. Matt Hardy. How crazy would that be? Yeah, maybe massive Matt Hardy heel turn, wins Money in the Bank, cashes it in, beats Jeff for the WWE title. Could happen, I don't know. So yeah, I don't see the point in Jeff Hardy being the WWE champion at WrestleMania. I think he will probably lose it before then to, I don't know. Like I said, Matt Hardy would be my only idea. That I think would be quite an interesting thing that people wouldn't see coming. Anyway, 10 minutes have elapsed on my computer clock, so let's hope this ends up getting uploaded. And yeah, I've got another video, but you probably won't see it until after Christmas. You probably won't want to see it until after Christmas anyway. Latest.